Family, good evening. What's going on? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you very much for joining me tonight on Wednesday, October 8th. It's been a long day, right? There's been a bunch of news. There's been a lot of things that have happened throughout the day. So I appreciate you guys kicking it with me, as always, right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Let me know you're watching from inside the comment box. As you know, the title of this video is in regards to Ryan Williams being probable and Jalyen and Mbakwe being doubtful for this weekend's game against Missouri. So I want to explain exactly what those titles mean for those particular players, as well as a couple other players that will be watching as well that will be out for this weekend. So I'm here to, maybe walk you off the ledge a little bit and tell you that it's not going to be all doom and gloom. And I've been reading through the comment box already. I understand, Ryan Williams is not Alabama's #1 wide receiver, but clearly he is, dynamic in a lot of different ways. So let's kind of set the stage. Let me know you're watching from inside the comment box. And of course, we will be live on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. to go more in depth going forward into Alabama and Missouri. First of all, can you all hear me okay? Am I coming in? Am I clear to you? Is the audio good? Is the stream fine? If you're watching it, if you're posted up, about to go night for the night, are you guys good? Is the audio and everything cleaned up? I worked really hard to put everything together today because, man, there was a lot of stuff that I had to put together. So I want to always make sure you guys have a great product to watch. All right. Austin Cortez, what's up, fam? I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Always supporting the program. He's saying roll tide roll. Good. Okay. Well, let's get into it. Let's first discuss Ryan Williams, okay? So I'm going to post Ryan Williams, and I think where we start is basically just saying exactly what it is. So as you can see on the screen, he is listed as probable. And what does probable mean? Well, probable means that he's probably going to play, okay? And the SEC started putting out these availability reports last season. So every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the SEC puts out an official list of players who are out, doubtful, probable, questionable, things like that, right? The interesting thing about Ryan Williams being, I guess, injured is nobody knew about this. And we saw, I think, media footage yesterday, and I think even today, of Ryan Williams in action. I think it might have been from yesterday, right? So, look, I don't think there's anything significant that has happened to Ryan Williams. I mean, come on. Like, I live in Tuscaloosa. People talk. That's the biggest celebrity that there is. So it could be something minor. He's missed a game this season, right? Because what did he miss that first game? Remind me what he missed the first game. Wasn't it a concussion the first game, right? And I think he missed during the springtime with some sort of what Coach DeBoer referred to as a nick. Remind me if I'm wrong. Was it a concussion that he missed? Oh, it was his leg, right? I forget what it was the first game. Anyways, and I have no idea what the injury is or why he'd be probable, but I would like to point out this and get some feedback inside the comment box. Against Georgia and even against this last game against Vanderbilt, right? Yeah, it was a concussion, right, Alex? All right, so let me talk about this. So he had a concussion. Now stay with me here because I started thinking about this. He had a concussion against, I guess, the Florida State. So he missed that second game, right? And then correct me if I'm wrong, and if you guys agree, against Georgia, there was a hit that he had kind of on the sideline right by Coach Jaylen DeBoer, and it looked like it was a targeting call. They didn't call it, and Coach Jaylen DeBoer was livid, right? He was like yelling at the official for him to make a call. They didn't call it. Do you guys remember this? And then remember this last game against Vanderbilt, there was a play where Ryan caught the ball and he kind of like turned in, right? And that looked like a concussion. In fact, they even reviewed that particular call and they called it a no targeting. So, is that all connected? I mean, yeah, the no calls are connected. Could it be, something up top? I have no idea. I'm just talking about those particular things. We haven't heard anything. Coach Kalen DeBoer will address it. But, as D. Bama Swag is like, bro, Williams isn't hurt. Yeah, we haven't heard he's hurt, but I guess why is he on the injury report listed as probable? You know what I'm saying? D. Bama Swag. Honestly, this is a question for you guys. Do you think Ryan Williams is hurt, or do you think he's not hurt? Why else would he be listed? And I'm just asking. We're just kicking it. It's 9:30. But why would you guys think he would be listed as probable if there wasn't something up with him? Like, why else would you put him on there, right? It's just weird because, nobody knew it. It's very interesting why, all of a sudden he'd be listed as probable. So, probable means to me he's going to play. Haven't heard anything else on Ryan Williams. If we do, we will certainly keep you posted. All right? All right, let's talk about see, everyone's saying, no, he's not hurt. So I guess it's something else then, right? I guess they listed him as probable for something else. I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine, I guess. Jaylen Mbakwe, another one. I mean, Coach Kalen DeBoer, he does a lot of interviews, right? He was talking with Bustin' and the Boys. He did all his interviews this week. Never one time did he mention anything about Jaylen Mbakwe. I get Jaylen Mbakwe's name asked about countless times, to be honest, because people want to know. They're like, yo, what's up with Jaylen Mbakwe? Why isn't he playing? Well, number one, we have no idea what's up with Jaylen Mbakwe. Is he hurt? I have no idea. I do know why he's not playing. It's because other players are better than him. And that might hurt people's feelings, but that's fact. And it's nothing against Jaylen Mbakwe. You're talking about 4 wide receivers that are ahead of him that will all be playing in the NFL. Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, Ryan Williams, and Lazier Brooks. Those are 4 NFL wide receivers, right? And then you have Rico Scott, who's probably above him, Cole Adams. None of that is a knock against Jaylen Mbakwe. It just shows you how good the wide receivers are here at the University of Alabama. It's the rideouts, right? I mean, this is the best core of wide receivers that Alabama has had since, I guess, 2020, 2019. The wide receivers here are so deep. And I even saw in the pre-show, and I see things on Facebook too. People are like, Ryan's not playing. It doesn't matter. We have Lazier Brooks. If Lazier Brooks wasn't playing, they'd be like, it's okay. We got Rico Scott. If Rico Scott wasn't playing and those 3 wide receivers, you'd be like, it's okay. We got Cole Adams. It's okay. We got Jaylen Mbakwe. It's okay. You got Derek Meadows. Seriously, and you probably would be just fine because each of those guys is a guy. The problem is those 4 are elite, and there's a difference between elite and good. Jaylen Mbakwe is a very talented athlete. He will get on the field. They will utilize him in some capacity. It just is not his time right now. As you know, this is a long season. You're talking 16 games or something like that if you want to win a championship. There's going to be room, right? Coleman, I don't have your detail, but if you guys have anything, just hit me up on my email. But I would say, with Jaylen Mbakwe, just be patient. And I hope he is patient as well, right? Because I'm sure people are going to slide into his inbox. There's going to be other programs talking about, Jaylen Mbakwe. You can come over here and be a starter. You might be able to be a starter somewhere else. You really might. Bless you. Thank you. But the truth of the matter is there is no bigger brand still in college football. There's really not. I mean, look at the ratings. Look at the ratings for Georgia. Look at these ratings for Vanderbilt. The eyeballs are in Tuscaloosa, period. You see what I'm saying? So it's you are going to get yours. NFL scouts are going to watch you play. NFL scouts, Fromm, you bring up a good point, man. Can you imagine the NFL scouts go to practices? So you're being viewed. You just have to be patient, and your time will come. And that's on Jaylen Mbakwe, but he's listed as doubtful. Some people have said, inside the comment box and on Facebook, well, he's probably going to redshirt so he could transfer. He theoretically could redshirt right now, but I haven't heard any of that sort of stuff. So I just kind of refer to that stuff as noise until you hear it from Coach Kalen DeBoer, right? All right, let's talk about the 4 guys who are actually out, right? Yeah, what's up? Only Wild I see, man. Yeah, Waddle's good, man. It's just these guys that are here, bro, they're so talented, right? All right, so guys who are out this week, and I'll list it right here. Rusa, he's out. Ja Latham, I'll put it on the screen in just a second. Ja Latham, Caden Jones, and Beeman. All right, I'll talk about each of them now. All right, so out for this weekend's game are the following 4 players, okay? So you got Quay Rusa, right, a wolf position player who was a starter at the beginning of the season. He suffered a foot injury. We don't have a timetable in terms of how long that he's going to be out for, right? So it's kind of just, sit and wait until we get a real update from Coach Kalen DeBoer, right? Do I look a little sick? No, I'm like perfectly fine. Is it the lighting? No, I promise you. Thank God for my health. No, I'm fine. How about now? Is that better? You guys want more light? I want to check my temperature? No, I promise you. I'm feeling good, man. I've been up since 4:15 a.m. Got the workout in. I feel great. So Quay Rusa, he's out, okay? And there's no timetable on him. And for that particular position, you have Yanze Pierre, who stepped up, number 42. Can I get a thumbs up inside the comment box for Yanze Pierre? Yanze Pierre is very good, man. That whole position is talented. And that's the thing. I spent all day with the camera. It was insane. Yanze Pierre stepped up. And that's the thing about Alabama. This 16-game season, there's few teams that have the depth that Alabama does. You lose Quay Rusa if you're at Arizona State, you're cooked. You lose him at, a BYU, at Texas Tech, whatever. You're cooked. You get Yanze Pierre and he just steps right in. You're like, oh, I didn't even know Quay was gone. Yeah. Well, guess what? Ja Latham's gone too. Ja Latham's out the entire season. So Rusa will be back at some point. Ja Latham, he's done for the year with the neck injury, right? And then Caden Jones, this is a new one. I have no idea. This is new. He's an inside backer, and he's out, right? I like Caden Jones. If you don't know about Caden Jones, I think he's a redshirt sophomore or a sophomore here, inside backer, very talented. He'll be a guy next year because you're going to lose 3 inside backers after graduation, right? And then the additional player who's out this weekend is Jeremiah Beeman, and he's done for the season. So you have 2 players right now, Ja Latham and Jeremiah Beeman, that suffered injuries and that are done for the season. Now, all teams are going to lose guys. All teams are going to go through kind of the injury bug. The thing about it is Alabama has that depth, right? Now, you haven't had too many injuries, knock on wood, on the offensive side, but if you do, it's a long season, you have guys that could step up. So even these minuscule injuries, bumps, bruises, whatever it is, guys will be able to step up and really contribute. So that's kind of the latest on the injury report going into this game. And of course, like this SEC media availability, it is updated Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday before the game. So, out of the guys that is probably the most impactful, I guess Quay, right? And think about the guys that Alabama's already lost but got back. You got Tim Keenan, he's back. You got Jam Miller. All right, let's talk about some offensive keys to the game real quick. Offensive keys to the game. All right. Go ahead inside the comment box, post one offensive key to the game. Drinking my nighttime tea. Man, I have to go to bed, fam, by I had to be in bed by 10:15. Broderick says time of possession. Let's start there. Yeah, time of possession, 100%. You know, I think this offense can go all gas, can really step on the pedal and put points on the board if they want to, right? When they want to. 2-minute drill, they got you. Playing teams that are good on offense and teams that have a really good running back, you want to control the time of possession. And I think in this particular game, once again, you want to win the time of possession. And Alabama's offense, I think we all can agree, thumbs up on this point. Can we all agree inside the comment box that Jam Miller has elevated Alabama's offense, right? I think the addition of him has really elevated him, elevated the offense. And Kendrick Flood, I see you inside the comment box. Ryan Williams is listed as probable. Probable means he's going to play. Jaylen Mbakwe is listed as doubtful. But I think for Jam Miller specifically, look, all those running backs are good running backs, but they're not Jam Miller, okay? Now, Kevin Riley, damn, he held it down. While Jam Miller was out, he held it down 1,000,000%. But Jam brings a different level in terms of the pass rush, how he hits the hole, his physicality, like Jarvis is saying. He's the real deal, 100%. This is an NFL-type back. So with him coming back, you tie that into moving the chains, establishing long, sustaining drives that put points on the board inside the red zone. I'm not talking field goals. I'm talking touchdowns. Now, you know, field goals and a touchdown will beat a Vanderbilt. Field goals combined with the touchdown will beat Missouri, right? Field goals and a touchdown, it's going to be tough to beat teams like Oklahoma. It's going to be tough to beat teams like, you know, an Oregon, an Ohio State, a Miami, right? You're going to have to execute at the ultimate level and put 6 inside the red zone against those high caliber teams, right? So that is something that the offense needs to work on. But I do have confidence, talking about the keys of the offensive attack, is that Ryan Grubb has already demonstrated with his quarterback, Ty Simpson, that they can have long sustaining drives. They've had drives of like 16, 15, 17 multiple times this year where they've put it into the end zone. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is certainly a key to the game. Another key to the game on the offensive side for me is the offensive line. That right side, it feels like, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is a good analogy. It feels like we have like some good tires, but like our front right tire isn't filled up to the right, like PSI. You know what I'm saying? Like something needs to get fixed there for us to operate at a very high level. Whether that's putting, I don't know, Jaden Roberts back out there or Michael Carroll at tackle. I have no idea. But the offensive line doesn't seem solidified just yet, right? Maybe they'll get there. Maybe they won't. They never got there last year, to be honest. They never did, right? Let's talk about defensive keys to the game. I think when you talk about defensive keys to the game, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Defense, stop chunk yardage plays. Stop the run. This running back, Hardy, have you guys watched film? Have you guys seen some tape of this dude? This guy's a monster. He has 700 yards in like 5 games. They feed him again and again and again. And like 5 yards out, you got to bring all hats to the party because this guy is tough. He'll bulldoze you. He'll keep on going. You need like Tim Keenan and Deontay Lawson on this dude. I'm telling you, he's a bull. So stopping this guy and then limiting big plays, right? That goes without being said. And coming up with a big play like a pick 6 or something like that, something that'll take kind of the energy out of that stadium. All stadiums are hard to play on the road, period. Bo Prabula, he's thrown 3 interceptions in his last 3 games. You guys mind if I turn on the lights? Turn down the lights. But someone was worried that I was sick. Let me make sure I got the light. Ooh. Is this okay? It's just these lights are bright. All of the lights. So defense has to come with it. You need this defense once again to make plays in the second half, come up with big plays, get after the quarterback, be disruptive, right? Now I'll talk miscellaneous keys to the game. This one's easy for me. Make a damn field goal. Make a field goal. Make all of them. Every opportunity that you have to add points to the board, whether it's a PAT or whether it's a field goal, come with it. I feel, and I asked you guys earlier today, your confidence level in Connor Talty. And for me, it's kind of mid. Anything outside of 40 yards, I think he struggles with, right? This is a big game. This is it doesn't have like 100,000 fans at this stadium, but, it'll present its challenges. Playing on the road is tough. CJ inside the comment box said he caught a 50-pound flathead catfish. That's crazy, bro. So don't forget about the special teams. And I'm talking about the punts, too. I think Blake Dowd had a punt that wasn't too impressive in this last game. And then we still haven't really had like a big punt return this year. Hey, let's do some trivia real quick. Who is the last player to return a punt for a touchdown? I always forget this. Who is it? Last player to return a punt for a touchdown. I don't know who it was. Does anybody know? I don't know. Was it Waddle? Do we have to? Oh, it was Caleb Downs, right? Was it Caleb Downs back against Mercer? Man, that's a long time ago. That's 3 seasons ago. That's crazy. It has to be Caleb Downs. No, it has to be Caleb Downs, right? I remember as a freshman, remember they took out, now I remember, they took out Kool-Aid and they put in Caleb Downs and he returned a punt for a touchdown. I think it was against Mercer, right? All right. All right, we'll have a little bit of a open mic time right now. You have a question, concern, throw it up on the board. Man, it's hot. This thing is thick. This thing is like more of like a winter type gear, but it's kind of fresh, so I wanted to rock it today. But I'm telling you, I'm hot. KTK says, pretty sure the last kick return was Jameson Williams. I guess so. I can't remember. There's not a lot of special teams touchdowns here. And I get it, all the different things that happen within a game, but it like the special teams touchdowns, I guess, are rare just in general, but this kind of feels like a place where there's not a lot of special teams touchdowns. Let me ask you, on Saturday, you win the coin toss, do you receive or do you defer? Do you receive or defer? I receive 100%. I want the ball. I put together a drive exactly like you put together against Florida State. Remember that drive? It was like 16 plays or whatever, and you just take the sails out of the game. Yeah, Broderick saying he wants the ball. Yeah. KTK wants to play defense. A lot of people saying defer, actually. Blissful Love wants the ball. Hell yeah. Miss Covington says it was Jamison Williams with the kick return. I think you got to get the ball, fam. I think you get the ball and you kind of set the tone. Now, you can do that with your defense, right? But I guess kind of knowing our defense, it seems like the defense is ready to go in the second half. So if you have to defer, that's kind of when you rely on your defense, right? Cody inside the comment box says, Kyle, someone needs to hire Big Al if Taldi misses a field goal and somebody brings a lot of Chipotle and Krispy Kreme donuts. Hey, speaking of crispy, did you see that Daniel Moore, the artist, he's going to sketch a Caden Proctor? Did you see this? Oh, man, that's going to be tight. So Caden Proctor will be the next Alabama football player that is painted. I agree with this, KTK. Best 2-minute offense. But you know what? They haven't really had to show it much. But when they did in this last game, I was blown away with the effectiveness of how they moved down the field. What was it, 80 yards, 90 yards to score against Vanderbilt to make it 14-14, right? All right, fam. Well, that's kind of the latest, the initial injury report going into Thursday. Remember, there'll be another update on Thursday night and then another update on Friday night. So I'm sure I would wager that Ryan Williams is moved off this list and out is probably Jaylen Mbakwe. That if I had to wager on players playing or whatever. But I think Ryan Williams would be good to go. I just have no idea what's up. I don't think it's anything serious. If I learn more, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Well, sweet dreams. I appreciate you guys. Stay blessed. Say your prayers. Get some good Z's. Catch me tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. It's always good to pop on and have some dialogue with each and every one of you guys. Cool? All right. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on this beautiful Wednesday, October 8th in the evening time on the late night cap. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I love you all. Have a good night. Sleep tight. And you can catch me when the mood is right tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Good night, fam. I love you guys. See ya.